welcome back to another episode of the Amateur Hour podcast. I'm Jacob, and I have Jack with me today again.
What's up, guys?
And we're talking about NHL today, and we're going to say which players have had the most disappointing start to the season. I'm very excited for this. Jack's very excited. We're gonna really shit on some guys right now, and I am desperate to talk about Sergei Bobrovsky. This season, on his new team, the Florida Panthers, he has played 13 times. He poses an .878 save percentage and a 3.67 goals against average.
This is the $10 million man.
Let me remind you, Sergei Bobrovsky just signed for 7 years, $70 million. $10 million a year for a goaltender. And he is currently 31 years old.
In his prime.
Yeah, and they're going to have him $10 million a year when Sergei Bobrovsky is 37 years old. He will be making $10 million a year. Take that in. Just take that in. And .878 save percentage, 3.67 goals against average, very unflattering. A quality start percentage so far of 42%. Only one shutout, so in the one shutout could be better, but it's, at least it's not zero. But, oh my goodness, what's going on
with Bobrovsky?
This is awful. I want to throw up looking at these stats.
I can't really say too much because I don't purposely watch Florida Panthers hockey, so I haven't seen a lot of them this year. But
these are they face what you were telling me about some stats about how many shots. Like bring those up.
The Florida Panthers. Everybody else except for Bobrovsky on the ice has done a really good job at defending, as they have faced the second least shots attempted. So they don't let any shots really directed at their net. But it seems like whatever is going towards Bobrovsky is going in the net.
A lot of the time, it's going in the net.
They were giving him the second easiest job in the league.
Like, this guy's won the Vezina twice in his career. He's been a candidate for it many times. He's been an all-star the past 3 seasons. Like, he was 2 years ago. A few years ago, he was in the race for the Hart Trophy. Like, but that's a lot. Like, this is bad for any goalie. But this guy's making $70 million over 7 years. This is atrocious.
And that stat may sound confusing, but he is literally his second easiest job in the NHL as a goalie. Second easiest goaltending job.
And oh my goodness, that is I don't know what to say. Like, it's just absolutely not what he's posted throughout his entire career. Like, it is just way off. It's way off. He's got a career save percentage of .921, and he's got a career goals against of .274, but .367. And he's only started 12 of his 13 games, so he came in for 1 game. But wow, this is bad. This is really bad, and this is the worst. This is the worst. I'm gonna say it right now. This is the worst.
Yeah, definitely.
This is the worst. But enough Bobrovsky slander. Who's next?
Milan Lucic. And as much as everybody loves to rip on this guy, he should be in the prime of his career. He's 31 years old, and
or near prime, just past.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it when I heard he was 31 years old. This guy should still be great, and he is really, really bad. 0 goals in 17 games. Only 3 assists on the season on a pretty good Calgary team with plenty of options around him to give him the puck, and he is playing really, really, really bad hockey. And I don't know what it's going to take for him to turn his career around.
I think for Milan Lucic, the thing about him is that people don't expect him to be good.
At this point, no.
Nobody thinks he's good. Nobody expects him to put up any numbers. So, obviously it's awful. That's straight up awful. But nobody thinks he's going to be good. Bobrovsky is, the contract alone says it all, man.
Yeah.
So, obviously that's awful. But in this regard, I don't put him on the level of guys my next picks are going to be Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn. They have combined for a total of 4 goals through 17 games.
Really bad.
Tyler Seguin and Jamie Benn, perennial all-stars, perennial top talents in the NHL, but not in the last few years because it's been poor.
Oh yeah, a few years ago they were the top two, like top two of the top, I'd say 10 in the league. In terms of point production and scoring, but
Yeah, I mean, Sagan put up 80 points
ugly.
last year, 78 the year before. He's consistently putting up 70 plus. Jamie Benn is consistently putting up great numbers. Last year, it was a bit of a drop-off year for him, but only 1 goal for Jamie Benn, 3 for Tyler Sagan. Jamie Benn only has 6 points through 17 games. Tyler Sagan has 11. Not as bad, but I don't know what's going on. Like, this is awful.
Oh yeah.
This is really bad as well. The more I think about it, like Tyler Sagan should be a phenomenal goal scorer, but they have combined for 4 goals, and it's not looking good for Dallas. I mean, 17 points, 17 games. They're 6th place in the Central, or sorry, 5th place in the Central. It needs to be better.
Absolutely.
Like, straight up needs to be better, and not too far out of the mix in terms of playoffs if they get on a run, but this is abysmal. This is absolutely ridiculous. These guys, the amount of money these guys are making, should not be happening. Should not be happening. Who's next for you, Jack?
This might come a little surprise. Brent Seabrook, very good defenseman on this, the Blackhawks.
Yeah, he's faded off in the last year.
Yeah, well, for a very long time, but he's still an important piece for them, or at least should be, going forward for the last maybe 4 or 5 years of his career, and he has not got a single assist yet this year through 13 games, and that right there is
1 point, 1 goal, no assists.
that's really bad. As a guy, you're still giving a lot of money to. I'm not sure the exact number, but this is a guy you've relied on to get 30, 40 points many years, and he's only got 1 point for you. Obviously, he's old, but for me, this is one of the more disappointing starts of the season. Really bad, and probably one of the reasons Chicago is where they are right now.
Brent Seabrook this year is making his cap hit is almost $7 million.
Yes, so a guy you're paying almost $7 million and 1 point, that ain't gonna do it. That's not gonna cut it.
That's not good. Tyler Sagan this year is making almost $10 million. $10 million. Let me see Jamie Benn now. This might be ugly. Jamie Benn is making $9.5 million. So you got almost $20 million tied up in 4 goals in 17 games.
Jeez.
That should be like one of the best duos in the league, and clearly not. My next one, I'll move on again. Phil the Thrill. Phil Kessel just moved to Arizona. Arizona, who's actually doing not bad. They 5th in the Pacific. 20 points through 16 games. They're in the mix for a playoff spot. But Phil Kessel is not part of said success. Just got traded for Galchenyuk, a few other pieces, but the core of that trade was Galchenyuk and Kessel. And through 16 games, Phil Kessel has 3 goals. So there's another one.
Yeah.
Another one for you. That's not going to do it. That's like for a guy who's like, he's a goal scorer. He's not like... He's a goal scorer, I'd say, primarily. Like, he obviously gets a ton of points. Like, 2 years ago, he had 92 points, 34 goals, 58 assists. But this guy's in the league to, get goals, and not doing that.
No.
Like, not at all. This is awful. This needs to be better.
Yeah.
Wow.
There's actually a pretty good group of players on Arizona. I think they're definitely one of the teams of the future, and
Kessel some decent players in the mix there.
Yeah, Kessel should be the best one still, though.
Yeah, that's not good enough. Like, he's on $8 million a year, I believe, right now. Like, that's really bad. Yeah, $8 million cap hit. That needs to be better. Do you have anybody else?
Yeah, I'm ending off with Jonathan Quick.
Oh yeah,
LA Kings, phenomenon. 2012 breakout year for him. Absolutely incredible. Brought the Kings their cup. Also, very important part in their 2014 Stanley Cup run. Since then, okay, right up until last year, bad season, but this year, just atrocious. Save percentage of .859.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's worse than Bobrovsky.
Oh, my God.
And, the tweet you sent me the other day, could you describe that?
I actually just pulled up the tweet.
Okay,
so
yeah.
When Jonathan Quick signed his contract at the start of the 2013-2014 seasons, it was 10 years. Oh, he signed the extension the year before that. So He signed in 2012, and it's a 10-year, $58 million contract. So he had to finish out his current contract for a year, then he had 10 more years. And the LA Kings tweeted at the time to clarify that's 10 years after next year. So 11 years total of our goaltender being better than yours. Is there a single goaltender in the NHL that Jonathan Quick is better than, if we're talking about starting goaltenders?
Corey Schneider.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. We're not going to talk about him.
We're not going to talk about Corey Schneider, are we? No. But Jonathan Quick this year is making $7 million, not 70, Jesus. $7 million, cap hit of 5.8. That's really bad.
Letting in an average of 4.4 goals per game.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Yeah. He's really, really, really bad.
Holy shit. That's terrible, man.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm pulling up this. I need to look at this. Oh, my goodness.
And they're facing like just mid-tier like chances per game. Like it's not like he's being
okay.
It's not even like he's being dominated.
This is on par with Bobrovsky. Okay,
he's playing worse. But
what I will say about Quick is that he's been bad.
Yeah,
he's been
last
bad.
year, but not the year before.
Last year was bad. And for Bobrovsky, I'm gonna say his is worse just because he's on that baddie of a contract, and he was a big free agent coup.
Yeah,
that's why. Like your Floridas go like, what the fuck? Why did we just do this? We had this guy for 7 more years. Like with like Quick, I mean, you got him for quite a bit more time, but
0.8594 4.4 goals against a game.
That is a tweet by the LA Kings that has not aged particularly well.
No.
Will you agree that Bobrovsky has had the most disappointing start?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah. I give it to him just because of how easy the Florida team is making it around him to make these shots, and he's still doing so baad for being such a hyped up player.
He's playing like, when you're a kid and you put that fake goalie in your hockey net so you can pick the corner and 5 goals. Yeah. I think that's what Bobrovsky is, man. Like
they'd be lucky to have that.
Florida would love to have that in net right now. Bobrovsky is straight Swiss cheese in net, man. But okay, that's enough slander. Yeah. The episode's over. Let us know at AmateurPDC on Twitter and Instagram if you have a player who is like on par with the disappointing start of these guys, because there's been a lot. We can't get them all.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can find one as good as Bobrovsky or Jonathan Quick, but let us know on Twitter and Instagram. Also, subscribe to Amateur Sports on YouTube if you want to check out the episodes there, and we'll be back soon for more daily content.